Dear Ajay sir, Madam Purnima, Kamalji, Rajeshji, and Mr. Sunny Singh, organizers, and my dear friends. How many people know here an incident called Guru Jam? In 2016, it was all over the news that there was a major inundation and there was water everywhere and there was 12-hour traffic, etc. How many people remember it? Yes, few people know that. I was the deputy commissioner then. It's infamous, but still I would like to make some remark on that. For me, when all this Guru Jam was happening, the major thing that was going on in my mind was not the traffic per se, it was health. Rio de Janeiro Olympics was just happening and there was a forecast that there may be a major dengue epidemic. So I had just seen the trailer, I was not interested in looking at the movie now. So what to do for an administrator when, let me also tell that Gurugram is not a full-fledged city. It came, the civic body came only in 2009. And though the foundation of the city was there in 1980s or so, but it was not a full-fledged city till 2009 because the civic body, the municipal corporation came only in 2009. So I had very small window. So I called my teams and immediately I told them to collect the legacy data. And the first thing we did was to create a GIS map and put it on the map. And then we found that there are only 8 wards which are endemic areas. And let us concentrate 80% of energy on that. That's it we did. And there was hardly 81 incidents as compared to 4,000 of Delhi. So why I'm telling this is, innovation is all about out-of-the-box thinking. When the actually crisis comes and you are forced to think that way, that is how innovations emerge. But that doesn't mean, by training I'm a geneticist and a plant breeder. So what does plant breeders do is, every year, every once in 2 years, they come out with one variety and you become habitual to serial innovation. Oh, kuch na kuch karna hai, har saal kuch naya karna hai. It doesn't happen so. Take for example automobiles. Major innovation that happened in automobiles was multi-point fuel injection. Afterwards, whatever happened is minor innovations. So the innovations won't happen every time, every year. Whenever you want, it cannot be like quick fixes. हर बार बोलते हैं कि कुछ ना कुछ करो यार, innovate करो. It's not so, it doesn't happen so. First time, I was deputy commissioner in a place called Bhiwani, and in one of the subdivisions I found that almost 100+ villages did not have account books. Then if you want to do some innovation and data management and data crunching, then you should have at least the account book. So in order to do innovation, you have a benchmark system. Without that, you cannot innovate. And some of the characteristics of the innovation is like, it's collaborative. It is not that now there are, for example, if I have to work on Sunday and do something interesting, at least my PN should come and open the room. If it doesn't open, then everything is stuck. So in innovation, there's an innovative project, there are 20 different setups and even one person doesn't come, 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 into 1 fellow is 0, everything comes to 0. So it is collaborative. Everybody has to be brought on the same page. That is the most important thing. More than anything else, it is intensely risk-taking. Many a times you face unmitigated personal, civil and criminal consequences. I will tell my own example later, but I will tell you one example of Manhattan Project. In 1945, when the bombing was done, they were using Manhattan Project, they were creating nuclear bombs. And there was hardly any metal left and everything was used for all these guns, etc., etc. So the one interesting, yet very critical decision US government took was they wanted to have a very good conductor. So after copper, the best conductor was silver. So they used all the silver available with their treasury, Fort Knox, and they used for all this Manhattan project. So probably India could not have done that. So that was intensely risk-taking project. Coming to my own project in 2014, we started drone mapping in Gurugram. We showed an image to Chief Minister, which was very, exciting. We could actually count the number of cauliflowers, and everybody was excited. But it just took 3 months, and our drone went and crashed in Air Force area, and then there could have been FIR, security-related litigations, disputes, etc., etc. So at the same time, it was almost 50-60 lakh rupees worth drone, and how will you refinance the project? So that's why particularly when you work in public sector, पहले हम क्या करते थे? Why I was very happy to join Indian Administrative Service was, this service expects me to succeed but allows me to fail. But no, it's not anymore. You should always succeed. That pressure is there. And if you don't succeed, there is unmitigated personal and professional consequences. And more than anything else, government has a role in innovation. Take, for example, transistor, integrated ICs, integrated circuits. All these came from United States AT&T Kearney Lab, Bell Lab, etc., etc. Even internet came out of defense-related projects in United States, and using internet, now people have done a lot of innovations like Google, etc. And the next characteristic I would like to make is, identifies ecosystem. iPad, before bringing iPad, there were a lot of people who brought the tablets, all failed. But before bringing iPad, the Apple brought iTunes, iPod, etc. Slowly they built the ecosystem, and they made you habituated with this particular iSystem. And then the iPad came and it became successful. So when you want to bring in innovation, you should understand what is the ecosystem. That's the most important thing. Finally, this last example I will quote. Every innovation is disruptive. It may, however good your innovation may be, it is possible that next 1 month or so it may get disrupted. About 2-3 years back, we thought that we will create an addressing system. In India, even if you have a Google map, I went to a Panchkula residence, one of my friend's residence, and then I put the number, and it was, every time it was going to some dharmshala, some hotel, etc., etc. So this was, in India, finding out the address of a person is very, very tough. So during last 6 to 8 months, we were working on an algorithm using which every property can be denoted with a 8-digit unique number. And we also got National E-Governance Award for that only recently. But unfortunately, we came to know Google has already done it because of their brand name. Whatever we did will not be, even if it is good, it will not be taken up. And that is how it went to the dustbin. So however good your innovation may be, it's a disruptive. But come what may, I strongly feel that innovation is actually an attitude. With this attitude, I think we can find answers for many of the problems. Like, I will give you an example of myeloid sarcoma, acute myeloid leukemia. Acute myeloid leukemia is actually the result of 28 different mutations. If you know the mutation, what type of mutation is, you can schedule and you can also plan the treatment. But in order to do that, you need to bring the gene mapping system, and you need to bring all the cancer hospitals on the same platform, and then you have to find out an innovative business model. So there is a solution, we know what to do, but creating this ecosystem, it needs a lot of social engineering also. That is where we, the administrators, come into picture. So that is what such challenges give me energy and also to work on these innovations, and that is why I cherish my job. Thank you.